I got some unfinished business with this game. Ever since this game has came to the Nintendo Switch, it's kind of evolved a little bit, and I realize now that I didn't even finish covering the old meta, not to mention the new meta. This deck we got today is the Moltres Mill deck. It's a tournament winning deck from back in the day, and in my opinion it's the best counter to the most popular two decks that exist in the meta. I'm about to explain to you why. So the first thing that we got going on here is obviously the namesake of the deck. We are running 3 copies of Wildfire Moltres. We are not running 4. It's really not the hugest amount of cards. It can get you ahead, and with the way that many decks play Professor Oaks and Bills in this meta, you're gonna be able to take advantage of getting a couple cards ahead. Does have decent HP at 70, not the best, especially in this deck, and it boasts no weaknesses and resists fighting types, which is going to be crucial. The critical element of the stall component of this deck, Mr. Mime. The reason why it's a critical component of the stall deck is because of its Pokemon Power Invisible Wall. Whenever an attack, including your own, does 30 or more damage to Mr. Mime, prevent that damage. Mr. Mime is incredibly hard to deal with. It's incredibly hard to get off the board. You have to deal with it a little bit at a time. And once you stick Mr. Mime on the board, you're going to be able to use its attack Meditate to just rack up more and more damage, increasing on your opponent's Pokemon. Now, while we are running 4 copies of Mr. Mime, we are only running 2 copies of Mewtwo. We have another Mewtwo deck coming up on the channel that uses the promo Mewtwo, so make sure that you go ahead and engage the content, drop the like, subscribe, and be on the lookout for that. Now, Mr. Mime and Mewtwo are going to be able to deal with fighting type Pokemon well, but the main purpose of this deck is to sit in front of your opponent and stall them out. We got Chansey. Chansey's rocking the scrunch. So we got 2 copies of the Chansey and 1 copy of Kangaskhan. It's pretty much just here for fetch, but you'd much rather be using Comet Punch than you would be Double Edge. And then the big boy, 3 copies of Snorlax. It's got a great attack and body slam, and it's unable to be statused. So between Snorlax, Mr. Mime, and Moltres, you're kind of able to sit in front of everything. Mewtwo and Chansey can back you up from there. 4 Imposter Professor Oak's going to be a big thing here in order to mill out opponents that like to draw a lot of cards. Mr. Fuji's boasting 2 copies to keep your opponent from taking prize cards and also put cards into your deck if needed. Last is Great Disruption. We're playing 3 copies in this deck. We have 3 copies of Clefairy Doll, again to prevent your opponent from taking prizes. We have 1 copy of Super Energy Retrieval in case we need it for fire energies out of the discard pile. Then we have 3 Scoop Up, 2 Computer Search, 4 Defender, 2 Item Finder, and 3 Maintenance. Maintenance is obviously a little bit less effective than Bill as a draw card, but it's able to add more cards to our deck than it takes away, which is the main win con of the deck. So let me show you all the deck list one time real quick. Also, the energy base, because I didn't mention it, is 4 double colorless, 6 psychic, and 8 energy. If this video was helpful to you, make sure you drop a like and subscribe for me once again, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace.